Hi, I'm Katie Farner, Director for the Sunshine State Superstars, and you're watching my Week in My Shoes series. And in this Week in My Shoes series, I take you through a week's worth of my activities. I share with you all the things that I do on a daily basis to work my business. Well, I guess I shouldn't say all the things because I don't literally share all the things that I do, like logging into my workstation 16 times. I'm just kidding. I don't log in that many times, but I do log in a lot. So I don't share literally everything, but the things that I think would be beneficial for you to know. Basically, my to-do list is what I'm sharing with you. So this week began on Sunday, August 2nd. And on August 2nd, I had a home party. So before my home party, I did my home party prep. I pulled all of my stuff to get ready for the party. It was my first home party with the diffuser. So that was so exciting. I was really pumped to bring that diffuser and share all of that with everyone. It was also my first home party playing the game that I came up with, the Disney incentive trip game. I always want to play a recruiting game, and during the fall or even during the summer when we're working on an incentive trip, I always do it. I always play a game that is going to be focused on the incentive somehow to encourage people to join to be part of working on earning an incentive trip. So I came up with the Mickey Mouse Drawing Incentive Trip game. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out here on my YouTube channel. It's one of my more recent uploads. And so it was my first time showing the diffuser and playing that game. The game was a huge hit. Everybody loved it. My advice to you on that game is if you live in Central Florida like I do, when you are playing the step that says, Walt drew me with ease, when you're playing that step, don't say the word Walt. Because as soon as you say the word Walt, they know it's Walt Disney, you're drawing Mickey Mouse. So if you live in Central Florida, maybe don't say the word Walt. I learned that one. But it was a really fun game. People loved it. They laughed a lot. And their drawings were really cute. Once they understood it was Mickey Mouse, then they started, intentionally making it look a lot like him. But they really liked it. They laughed. It was fun. And everyone loved the diffuser. I did not sell a diffuser, and I actually didn't book a party for many of the guests. However, the hostess loved the diffuser so much that she booked another party. So she held her party August 2nd, and she booked a party for October, the first weekend in October, because she wants to be able to get the diffuser for half priced. So I would say, all in all, it was a big success. And it was over a $600 party. So big success. Monday, August 3rd, my to-do list for the day. Let's see, I emailed all of our will cancels. So at the beginning of every month, I run a report. I go to the Performance tab, click a downline report, start a downline report, and then when you see your report column in front of you, you can actually, the gray cells that are at the top, you can actually click that gray cell, and the actual gray cell itself at the top, when you click it, it will sort your report by that order. So if you click the gray cell that says will cancel, all of your will cancels will run to the bottom of your report. So if you click it again, it'll switch it and all of the will cancels will move to the top. So that's what I do, and then I just go through and I click everybody who's got a check mark under will cancel, and I send an email, usually entitling it, "Oh no, don't go," and tell them about their 150 in PRV and how it's their last month to get that to avoid their cancellation. So I emailed all of my will cancels. I sent text messages to anyone who has a will cancel check mark that's in my front line. They get personalized text messages from me as well. So I did that. I always like to do as much recognition as humanly possible because I know that what gets rewarded gets repeated. So I want to always recognize my team members for their positive acts. So every month, the beginning of a new month, I will do recognition for the last month. So I do top 5 PRV and recruiting post. So for the top 5 recruiters and the top 5 in PRV, I will create a custom photo using Word Swag, my favorite app. I love that app for editing text, adding text to images and stuff. So I will do a custom photo for all of the top 5. So I'll say, you were in the top 5 of X amount of consultants for sales or you were in the top 5 out of X consultants for sponsoring. And I go to each of their individual Facebook walls and upload that photo to their personal Facebook page and tag them in it and just write a brief paragraph, just a couple sentences about their accomplishment, congratulating them. And I usually just copy and paste the same message for each sales and for each recruiting. So I did that for top PRV and top recruiting. And then in our team Facebook page, I usually recognize the top 10 or top 15 in sales and in sponsoring. I did top PRV postcards. So I usually do about 10% of my team. Right now, I don't have a group versus a team. I don't have a director any longer underneath me, so my group is very large. My group and my team is the same amount. So I am doing 30, the top 30 I do 10%. So the top 30 in PRV. So I did all of those postcards. And then I did my Warmer of the Month video. I did trip breakdowns. So I sent an email to my frontline. I forgot to put that in here somewhere. I created an email and sent it to my frontline, making sure they understood about the incentive trip and their options, and that I would be happy to help them come up with a trip plan. I advised them to watch my Glow show that I did from the previous week with Christina and Dawn and Edie and Jamie. We talked about the incentive trip and how to earn it. So I told them, if you want to earn the incentive trip, step 1 is watch the video. Watch the Glow show that we did last week. And step 2 is send me an email after you've watched that video and let me know your current rank, how many are in your front line, and let me know which location you want to earn it for and how many people you want to earn it for. And then I will help you with creating a trip plan. So I sent that to my front line and encouraged them to do the same for their teams. And I got a few emails back of people wanting to help me with the trip plan. So I sat down and did some of those trip plan breakdowns. And what else did I do? I uploaded week 25 of A Week in My Shoes. And then I spent a lot of time painting my house. I have a huge note here that says, paint, paint. We are completely redecorating our house. Since we took it off the market, we are redecorating big time. So I have painted every single surface in my living space, and we're just doing all kinds of stuff like that. So I painted a lot that day. Let's see, Tuesday, August 4th, I announced the winners for the July challenge. I did a month of July challenge for my team members, so I created a video to announce those winners. I sent an email to my frontline just checking in. Let's see. Oh, I also spent some time going through and thanking all of my subscribers. If you have a YouTube channel, you want to make sure that you go to, so when someone subscribes to your channel, you want to make sure that you go to their channel, you click the discussion board, and then you thank them personally for subscribing to your channel. So I did all of those, which I had a lot to catch up on. But hey, I was happy to do it. I'm happy when people subscribe. So Wednesday, August 5th, I created a plan for 2 team members. I met up at 4:30 in the afternoon. I met up with somebody with bars from my inventory so she could smell through those and pick some out. And we booked a party for her for October. So that was really exciting. I brought, of course, a new catalog for her to check out and the new fragrances for her to check out to try to entice her to book a party, and it worked. And I also left a message with I sent text messages and private messages on Facebook out to some of my friends who I know work for school systems since we're starting a new year, letting them know that I would love to help their school with fundraisers. Who can I get in contact with? So they each gave me the names of people to contact, so I left voicemails for the 2 people who I got information for to contact about fundraisers. And I haven't heard back from them yet, and we're like a week and a half later, so I will be following up again soon. Because your fortune is in your follow-up. Don't give up after just one time. Thursday, August 6th, I closed a home party, the party from the previous Sunday, and I started going through, when we have discontinuing fragrances, I try to go through every single fragrance and search it in my workstation to find anybody who purchased that fragrance to let them know it's retiring. So I did the first two fragrances on the list of alphabetized fragrances that are retiring, and made phone calls to everyone who has purchased those fragrances ever. It takes a lot of time. I am not going to lie to you. It takes a lot of time. But if you are a newer consultant and you have a lot of time available to you, you know, if you don't necessarily, like, I know a lot of people will sit down and be like, well, I don't have anything to do to work my business today, so I'm just not going to work my business. There's always something you can find to do. There's one thing right there. Time consuming, but it's worth it. So that day I had lunch with one of my frontline team members, which was great to catch up with her. And then at 9:30 that night, I did a call for Christina Stainbrook's team. We talked about earning the incentive trip and just the successful actions that will ultimately earn you a trip, but are just going to help you grow your business in general. So Friday, August 7th, I got a phone call from a lady who I had not seen in months and months. My nail girl. Sometimes I get my nails done in the salon, sometimes I do them myself. But the girl who does my gel nails used to work at a nail salon on the other side of town. And she left that nail salon. And I got a random phone call from somebody who worked at that salon who's like, I need Scentsy. So that was great. So I went out there and took some bars and sold her some bars from my inventory. I made the, I made my diffuser video. I did event prep because I had an event the next day. I made a note because I needed to remember to order the Edison bulb. I had a customer who got a parlor warmer with a broken Edison bulb, so I pulled one from mine in my inventory, and I kept forgetting to order one after they gave me the credit for it. I made and uploaded a video for small event setup. What I tend to do is small events, little events that are $25, $50, maybe $100 max for a table. And so I made a video to show you guys quickly how I put together stuff for one of these small events. And then Saturday, August 8th, the last day of this week in my shoes, I had the Becoming Women's event. So this is a women's ministry event that happens once every quarter here in my town. And I was actually honored to be asked to speak at this event. The topic for this quarter's ministry event was unwavering or unstoppable. And so Lisa, the woman who runs the event, asked me to share my story. And so that was absolutely an honor. I was so happy to share my story. And it was a great opportunity to not only share from my heart and hopefully help other women who maybe feel fear or insecurities that are holding them back from just anything in general, but it was also a great opportunity to share my business. And I made sure that I presented in a way that it wasn't too focused on network marketing. And sure enough, it was absolutely a great resource because I had two people contact me, came up to me after I spoke and told me that they were interested in starting their own Scentsy business. And they had been thinking about it before, but what I shared just kind of sealed the deal for them. So one of them is going to be joining the last day of August, and the other one I still have to meet up with this coming week. So it was a great thing, really, really great. I sold, I don't remember how much I sold, but I booked one home party and then 2 potential recruits. So it was a great, great, great day. I also made a video highlighting the retiring fragrances later that day when I came home. I made a video showing all of the fragrances that were retiring, giving my opinions on my personal favorites, and also sharing my personal best sellers of those fragrances with my customers to help them in making their selections and to highlight the 10% off sale. So that is my week in my shoes, and I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you can get some ideas on some things you can do daily to work your business. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.